Let's be real, most spin-offs are forgettable cash grabs, but sometimes they break free from the shadow of the main series and give us something bold, different, and unforgettable. I'm talking about games that dare to take risks and pull them off. These are the forgotten spin-offs that were actually incredible. From sci-fi shooters turned into slow burn noir to racing sims transformed into massive festivals, this list isn't about pretty good for spin-off. It's about games that stood toe-to-toe with their main series and in some cases, beat them. Let's dive right in. When Halo fans booted up ODST in 2009, they didn't get the Master Chief. They got the Rookie, an ordinary soldier without superhuman armor. Bungie swapped Halo's bombastic orchestral anthems for moody jazz and rain-soaked alleys, creating an atmospheric open-world hub to explore between missions. Instead of charging headfirst into battles, you had to piece together your squad's fate by retracing footsteps and finding audio logs. It wasn't just a different pace, it was a completely new vibe, more contemplative and noir than any Halo before it. At launch, some fans were divided. It felt slower, more niche, but over time, ODST gained a cult following for its unique storytelling and style. It's proof a spin-off can take risks and craft something memorable. The original Red faction let you blow holes in walls. Guerrilla went a step further and let you tear down entire buildings piece by piece. Set on a red dusty Mars, Guerrilla gave players a huge open world and a resistance movement to join. Its physics-based destruction system was groundbreaking. Knock down a tower to block convoys or smash enemy cover to expose snipers. Your trusty sledgehammer wasn't just a weapon, it was your primary tool for environmental chaos and creative problem solving. Every fight felt emergent, with scripted moments replaced by player-driven destruction and tactics. Even today, no game quite matches Guerrilla's sheer scale of destruction and freedom. It's a reminder spin-offs can innovate boldly, sometimes beyond the main series. Metal Gear is known for sneaking and stealth. Rising flipped the script and said, nope, let's rise giant robots in half instead. Platinum Games took Raiden, once a secondary character, and turned him into a lightning-fast cyber ninja with a high-frequency blade that could cut through anything. The combat was visceral and stylish, with slow-motion blade mode, allowing precision cuts in the heat of battle. Boss fights were insane. Imagine dueling a sword-wielding foe on a speeding train or going toe-to-toe with a senator who throws you like a ragdoll. The adrenaline-pumping soundtrack amped up every moment and still quoted in memes today. It shocked the hardcore Metal Gear fans initially, but carved out its own wild, unapologetic legacy as a top-tier action game. Hidden away on the PS Vita in 2012, Liberation introduced us to Evelyn the Grand Prey, the first female lead in the Assassin's Creed universe. Set in 18th century New Orleans, it wasn't just a smaller Assassin's game. It introduced a clever disguise system where Evelyn could switch between identities, noblewoman, slave, or assassin, each unlocking different abilities and social interactions. The swamps, French marketplaces, and colonial streets created a richly detailed and distinct world. Liberation tackled heavier historical themes like slavery and rebellion, bringing depth not often seen in the series. It flew under the radar for many, but has since gained recognition, especially after its remaster finally brought it to a wider audience. Turning a cover-based shooter like Gears into a turn-based tactics game seemed risky, maybe even impossible, but it worked. Gears Tactics kept the series' signature grit, blood, and brutal executions, but every move now had to be carefully planned. Flanking enemies, setting up Overwatch lines, and chaining executions for bonus actions made it feel fast and tense, even as a strategy game. The story stayed true to Gears' dark, violent tone, with savage locust battles and memorable characters. Released quietly in 2020, it didn't grab mainstream headlines, but it's a must-play if you love tactical games or the Gears universe. After Far Cry 3's massive success, Ubisoft could have played safe. Instead, they unleashed Blood Dragon, a neon-drenched 80s VHS fever dream. You play as Rex Powercoat, a cyber commando spouting cheesy one-liners while battling laser-eyed dinosaurs in a post-apocalyptic future. The synthwave soundtrack and glowing neon aesthetic turned the entire game into a playable action movie parody. But don't let the jokes fool you. Underneath is a surprisingly tight shooter with solid mechanics and fun missions. It's short, ridiculous, and that's exactly why it's perfect. Blood Dragon shows spin-offs can be wildly creative and embrace silliness without losing quality.
No longer the head of the class. Another broken heart.
Forza Motorsport was the serious sim racer. Horizon said, let's throw a festival and race across an entire map. The first Horizon, set in Colorado, mixed realistic driving with open-world exploration, hidden challenges, and a vibrant atmosphere. It felt alive in a way most racers didn't, blending competitive events with moments where you just drove for the joy of it. What began as a spin-off experiment is now bigger than the original Motorsport series. On the GameCube, Pokémon took a darker, more mature turn. In Colosseum and its sequel, Gale of Darkness, you didn't catch wild Pokémon. You stole shadow Pokémon from enemies and slowly purified them. The story was grittier, with a protagonist who wasn't a cheerful 10-year-old, but a more conflicted hero navigating a corrupt world. The fully 3D battles brought cinematic flair that handheld games couldn't match at the time. Fans have been begging for a remake for years, and with modern hardware, these hidden gems could shine brighter than ever. These spin-offs prove that not every side story is a cash grab. Sometimes they push boundaries, try bold new ideas, and even outshine the originals. Which spin-off do you think deserves more love? Drop you a pic in the comments. I'm eager to hear your favorites, and if you want more deep dives into gaming history and hidden gems, hit subscribe so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!